I messed up today thinking a woman was a boy and groping her boob. Kind of NSFW, though it happened at work. This actually happened a little over a year ago, and I'm using a throwaway account because I don't want people on my main account to know what I do for a living. So I work for the TSA, and I have been working as a TSA for a few years now. It's a good job overall. I'm underpaid, but the benefits are nice, and I get overtime when I want it. A little over a year ago, during the week leading up to Christmas, we had some really bad weather that delayed all the flights. I volunteered to stay late so that my co-workers could go home to their families. Most of the work was done anyway, so it was mostly just standing around waiting for the odd latecomer. I was working the AIT, the space tube thingy, when 3 passengers came up together, a middle-aged man, a middle-aged woman, and a teenage boy. I figure it's a family traveling together for the holidays and go about my work. Mom goes through fine, all is fine. Dad goes through fine, all is fine. Kid comes up. I get a good look at him. Hoodie, sweatpants, shortish hair, smooth face. I figure he's maybe around 13 years old, maybe 14 years old. I hit the button, direct him to wait with me for a moment, and then gesture to a screen, which lit up on his chest area. I tell him I have to pat that area down. He's a little nervous. I figure that's because he's so young. This is probably his first time getting a pat down, but he says okay, and I start the pat down. I do the left side of the chest and feel some move, which catches me off guard because he didn't look chubby at all. I move on to the right side of the chest, read what's on the hoodie, and it clicks at once. The hoodie has the name of the local college on it. This is an adult, not a child. He's not wearing sweatpants. She is wearing yoga pants. She doesn't even know the couple that just came through. I look at her face, which is bright red. My hand is still on her boob, and I pull it back like I just got bit by a snake. I immediately call for my supervisor, who comes over and asks what's wrong, and I explain the situation to her. My supervisor covers her mouth, and at first, I thought she was absolutely mortified, but then I realized she was trying not to laugh. She takes a minute to pull herself together and tells me to go get a break and finishes screening the passenger herself. Once that was done, I apologize to the passenger. She tells me it's fine, and it wasn't the first time she was mistaken for a boy, and she probably should have said something before I started touching her. I leave her alone and go talk to my supervisor to figure out exactly how fired I am. She tells me to calm down, and it was just an honest mistake, and that she has my back if the passenger files an official complaint, but that probably won't happen and I shouldn't be worried. That reassured me a little, but I still groped the woman and ruined Christmas, so I feel like an absolute monster. I swallow my shame and finish my shift. Then I go into the airport proper to find some food, because I just finished the 12-hour shift and there's no way I have the energy to cook dinner. I saw my hapless victim sitting at her gate waiting for a flight, and I went up to her to apologize again and saw that the flight had been delayed until morning. It was about 11 at night. I apologize again. She says it's fine, and I ask her if she's planning to stay the whole night. She says she has to. All the hotels in the area are booked. I tell her that I'm getting some dinner and offer to get her some food as well. After all, I already got to second base. I think it's only fair that I buy her dinner. She agrees, and we go to one of the restaurants that is open late, get some food, and start eating. She said she gets mistaken for a boy a lot, and it's not a big deal. I told her about how I had long hair and no beard in college, and at the gym, people would frequently walk into the men's bathroom, see me, and do a double take to make sure they didn't walk into the ladies' room. She laughed, and we ended up talking for a few hours before I finally told her that I had to get home and apologized again for the accidental molestation. She said that all is forgiven if I promise to take her on a real date when she gets back. I agreed. She gave me a phone number and I went home and immediately started texting her. We kept talking until her final flight left, and when she got back, I picked her up at the airport, and a few days later, on that date that I promised her, we just celebrated our 1-year anniversary. She has long hair now. TLDR, I thought an adult woman was a teenage boy, touched her on a boob, and everything worked out better than expected. Take a look at the comments to see what people think of the story. I'm the Clown King replied, "What anime is this?" GGSue00 replied, "The one where in the first episode, the MC accidentally gropes a girl." A user called PM me on nudes please said, "Our MC accidentally falls on top of girl. She looks away sheepishly and whispers, 'Senpai.' As her face grows red, the MC looks down and realizes his hand is firmly grasping her right titty. A look of embarrassment comes across our MC's face as he reels back and starts to apologize. The girl now grows angry and says, 'Baka, Senpai, she shouts as she gets up and leaves. Our MC is left kneeling on the floor, telling the girl to wait, and it was all a misunderstanding. A user by the name of Earl of Pudding said, "There's probably someone in Japan writing a light novel with this as a title right now." Another user called Great Name for Reddit said, "I'm not certain they hadn't already." No Kani replied, "I can't believe my girlfriend looks like a teenage boy. Get on it, Japan." Astro Radish said, "Too short. I touched a short-haired woman's boob who thought I was a teenage boy at the airport, and now we've been dating for a year." A user by the name of Broken Paw chimed in by saying, "I've been inappropriately touched on my butt by like 3 different TSA guys on 3 separate occasions through Denver, and not once has any of them offered to buy me dinner. Gotta be honest, I feel a little left out." Existential Echidna replied, "I've had the TSA fondle my testicles like they're trying to count my nut hairs through my pants, and they have never had the decency to even look me in the eye while doing it." P-Hurt77 replied by saying, "Moan softly and say harder, daddy, next time." A user by the name of Kanga replied, "Grab a boob and you might just meet your future wife." For Coffins said, "There's a really cute bartender that works near me. Wish me luck." Another user replied, "Good luck molesting your future wife." Another one replied, "Good luck marrying your future wife. Maybe." Well, that's the end of the video. If you enjoyed watching, consider subscribing for more videos like this one. Thanks for watching. Bye.